So I've kind of lived my life like a person who's believed in himself. But here I am, out here in this desert, doing this thing. I don't really know how to judge myself. I mean, I feel fortunate, but I also feel a little isolated from other people. It's both good and bad, I guess. I like it and don't like it. So, but I'm out here, UFO holiday, trying to share it with you, I guess. Most of the time I'm out here, I spend it just walking around. I talk to myself, but inside my own head, I just think it's called ratiocination. I'm thinking and thinking and thinking, trying to think things through, trying to figure out, so what kind of things, right? Prime numbers, the order of the primes. That's a really challenging puzzle, and I feel there is a function that perfectly defines a sequence of primes. Like, it only prints primes, but I haven't found it. It's like I think I have an idea of what it would be, and what that represents is a lot of really hard work. Like I have to continue to do hard work. And so, as with a lot of people, I suspect, we have to make certain sacrifices in our lives in order to have food, shelter, transportation, like this device. So, what do we do to get that? We have to carve off some of the time that we have available for, let's say, other things. Like, oh, you want to be a painter, but your paintings aren't selling, so you want to be able to eat too, right? So you have to figure out a way to survive. And survival, well, you can survive, but can you thrive? And so I think there's like a tension between survival and thriving that will give people a different perspective about the value of their time at different times in their life. There are times when you may have time enough to study the prime numbers, but you're not thriving enough to be able to afford a vacation. I mean, what is a vacation? I mean, that's not what I mean. Maybe that's a familiar word to a lot of people, but I don't know how I'm using it there. Whatever it is, whatever we're doing on this planet, I wanted to come to you with messages of hope, but all of the topics are fraught with danger. If you say the wrong thing, you could lose your friends, you could lose your job. For a lot of people, losing the job would mean total annihilation of their standard of living, potentially, their quality of life, potentially. For other people, it means just a different gig, same dollars. So, I'm just rambling. There are a lot of topics that are popular in the now. Events. There's riots in France. There's a war in Ukraine. Maybe a month or two ago, Iran closed the border with Afghanistan. It's not. And we could talk about those things. But there are certain invariants, things that never change, things that are true whether humans know about them or not. Prime numbers inside the universe represent one of those possibilities. The possibility of knowing something completely with certainty. That is pretty difficult right now for scientists to create functions that will produce an endless stream of primes, let's say. Well-behaved functions. So my mind is focused on these, dare I say, almost unyielding problems, because these are the problems that the universe gives us inside of this game we're playing. Now we can solve the problem of cash flow. We live inside an economy. All of those game elements, you can figure out how to survive. Maybe not thrive, but survive. Is there value in these puzzles that are fundamental to the development of the universe itself? Maybe prime numbers doesn't represent one of these threads of intellect. You know, maybe that's the wrong pursuit. But for me, the fact that it is invariant, the fact that it is not based on opinion at all, makes it the only real fertile territory for the mind, those kinds of problems that are presented by the universe itself. But the prime numbers especially, you know, you can get into pi, like the transcendental nature of pi. There are Fibonacci sequences are well understood. So there are these sequences that govern things in our reality that mathematicians have sometimes accidentally stumbled upon in different domains. Biology. And so yeah, I'm out here in this desert on a UFO holiday, trying to put it all together. The last time I was here, I was shown an odometer, like a giant odometer, an old school style with rotating numbers that are just, the numbers 0 through 9 is just rotating. And you know, they have a limit. So for cars, it's like 1,000,000 miles, because the mechanical ones would go to 999,999, then roll over to all zeros. And so you can go up to 1,000,000 miles, let's say, at zero. So I saw something like that in the sky, and it was well, you can ask the universe for information, you can ask it for purpose, maybe. I say the universe because it's just the sum total of everything, which includes our ignorance, is this idea of a universe, okay? The sum total of everything. And I'm just wanting to enjoy myself in the pursuit of knowledge. Enjoy myself in the pursuit of truth in these domains that are filled with invariance, laws that don't change. Only our understanding of the dynamics evolves, but the dynamics themselves are fixed. Wouldn't you like to wrestle with something like that?